Hello, it's Jack. Once again in a hot upper section of semi-cape-like construction. So I was trying to hang a piece of drywall by myself, and I do own a lift, but I decided not to bring it because I decided that there was an S on my chest that there apparently is not. So I'm going to do the next best thing to a lift. This is a low ceiling. It's just over 7 feet, even if. And what I'm going to do is make a dead man. If you're not familiar with what a dead man is, this is the video to watch to figure it out. It's a very simple piece of carpentry self-made tool that people have been using forever to put things up. Okay, if you're familiar with the dead man already and you've already used one, then you probably want to go ahead and take a pass on the rest of the video, unless you want to watch it just to criticize me for saying dumb crap. First thing you want to do is you look at the height. You want your long section of 2x4 to be just slightly longer than the height of your roof or your ceiling when you're getting ready to hang stuff. The reason is you don't want it to be shorter than any section where you happen to be standing, because then you don't get a tight fit. It's okay if it's not perfectly up and down. This isn't going to be standing for ages, so you don't have to worry about plumb and level and all that crap with a dead man. Next thing you do is you go to the scrap pile. I always have a scrap pile of stuff laying around on a job, because you never know when you're going to need that piece of lumber you tossed in the dumpster. So I need a couple pieces to be lateral supports, and this one's even kind of shaped like it should be, so that'll be great. All right, so this is what I got. I'm using scrap lumber and one crappy 2x4 I had laying around, it's got bad wane on it and just really ugly. So that's going to serve as my tall piece, and then I'm going to brace this up, and I'll go ahead and draw it out now. Right at 7 feet, so I'm going to go like 85 inches. That'll be more than an inch off anywhere. Right. This is also very quick to make, which is one of the big advantages of it. I would use my framing nailer, but it keeps jamming on me. It's really aggravating when you pay that much for a piece of equipment. Please don't sue me, DeWalt. Your classic dead man. The goal here is, I'm going to have a little bit of unevenness. It's old building. I got nails to pull over here. slack. Anyway, let's put it to the test. Strap came out over here. I think I've got one or two. See, this is what happens when you start putting it up and you realize that you do not have the same level of ass in your pants as you might have had 20 years before. So you got to take out whatever screws you put in. Tag that there for later use. And see if we can get this puppy up this time. Might have to do something about that before I do anything else. By that, I mean this. Big old chunk of insulation decided to come on down with it. Yeah, I think the thing we're going to do about that is maybe find my staple gun. Boy. Staple the ears on up like they tell me you're supposed to do anyway. I know you're supposed to do it anyway. Whew. Another tape measure bites the dust. All right. Let's try this again. This time with feeling. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take this and kind of prop it up against something. I'm going to brace it, and then I'm going to pull it forward into the board until such time as it's got a little bit of friction and stays put. I don't want to make it too tight because then I got to fight it to get it to move up. Let's see if I can't get this board out of here. Maneuvering sheets of drywall in a small space is always just a really ratchet type situation. It's always better if you can have two people doing it, to have two people doing it. However, my daughter assures me that I don't work well with others. So that's why I frequently end up doing this sort of stuff myself. I tend to think it's for bragging rights. But like I said, she assures me it's because I'm disagreeable. She might be right. So I'm putting it up against this wall at a pretty good angle, since I've already got the drywall up against this wall. Now, I've already cut it. I've already sort of hung it once. So I'm just going to slide it on up to the top. There. Let me show you how that looks. Slide it up to the top of the dead man. The dead man's sitting at a pretty solid angle right there. And then come back around, and you've got some leverage on it. Always good to get your drill ready to roll, and at least 2 or 3 screws. Some people like to put them in their mouth. I have run afoul of that before. So just get them up in kind of screw line. Then go to the other end of the board. Push it back pretty aggressively so it sits firmly on the dead man. If you've got too much of an angle on the thing, it'll give you problems. Alright. Now I can walk it forward to the wall. Jam it up to the outside. Come on. There we go. And my other hand, pull my dead man to me. Let's see if I'm stupid enough to let go of this and show. Apparently I am. There she is. Okay. Then I'm going to make sure it's nice and tight up everywhere. With your dead man holding it there, I'm going to go to the end of the board and put a few screws in. Okay. Now it's not enough to really hold it, but it's up. Sheet 1 of this room's, well on its way to being in. I like 1 at each end, and then either 3 or 4 in the field. It depends. This is odd framing. Sometimes they're 2 feet, sometimes they're a little more, sometimes they're a little less. So I'll probably do 4 in the field. But that's how to use the dead man. It's not as easy as a drywall lift, but it's not as cumbersome to carry to and from the job site. Hope you enjoyed it. Watch me struggle with it. Anyway, be sure to click like if you liked it, or give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I'm okay. I got a thick skin.